for us. But before that, I wanted to summarize day one, both of the keynotes and then also the various sessions that we had. To start us off, with regards to the opening and keynote sessions, we heard about nuclear energy in Romania, highest standards of excellence in safe operation of CANDU reactors. Then also the nuclear capacity will increase by 1,400 megawatts by 2030 with new CANDU units as well as a six module SMR. A strategy to develop an integrated nuclear fuel cycle within Romania and commitments to meet Romania's decarbonization targets. We also talked about workforce development to support these new projects, successful training and education programs, and coordinated efforts of government, of nuclear stakeholders, and academia that is required to meet these new requirements for the new workforce, the expanding workforce. In session one, we heard from various Romanian universities, their concerns and also their challenges, and what they bring to the table. And this was across a number of degree levels, bachelor's through doctoral. We heard about nuclear physics and engineering and approximately 100 graduates per year, the use of trigger reactor as well as the SMR simulators. We also heard about physics, nuclear physics related courses. We also heard about applied physics, power engineering, and nuclear engineering related courses, and an engineering hub, as well as generally engineering and additional, you see a reoccurring theme of physics and nuclear physics related courses. Overall, a good potential for leveraging existing educational programs to prepare the workforce for the nuclear sector, strong commitment from academia with excellence. In session one, we talked about concerns and challenges, the university's needs in particular, clear definition of workforce needs from government and industry, engagement with high schools to attract more students. There's an enhanced partnerships with industry, expanding traineeships, internships, scholarships, dual education, summer programs for students, and job fairs. New faculty members to address growing workforce needs and replacement of retirees in this space. Refurbished and modernized infrastructure as well as equipment, and then also cooperation with other universities in adapting a curricula to modernize and meet the future needs curricular-wise, and then research and development projects. We also heard from perspectives of different stakeholders, specifically Nuclearelectrica, looking at recruiting staff for future projects, and also that there's a need for 1,500 hires over the last, or was, 1,500 hires over the last 10 years, 55% within higher education, massive generation change with a risk of knowledge loss. So we had to pay attention to knowledge transfer. Programs to attract the younger generation through traineeships, internships, scholarships, partnerships with universities and high schools, dual education, as well as on-the-job training. Clear skills requirements for the new workforce and actions for operators as well as schools. Investments in education through a platform of community involvement projects, and one was cited as Nucleus of Good. Looking at 2019 through to 2022, about $2 million has been spent on these various initiatives. Reimbursement and new equipment projects, and a strong commitment to invest in training and education of future workforce in collaboration with universities. We also heard from other stakeholders, and ANDR implements a national strategy on medium and long-term management of spent nuclear fuel and radioactive waste, near surface repository for low and intermediate level, and then also short-lived waste and a deep repository, geological repository for long-lived radioactive waste and spent fuel nuclear fuel, enhanced in action for increasing attractiveness of nuclear sector for the young generation. And then we heard from CAN, looking at 140 positions for technically qualified personnel, clear understanding of required skills and where they can be obtained, and then strong commitment to invest in training and education for future workforce and collaboration with universities to shape curricula and to attract and support students. New Scale Power specifically was looking at small modular reactor workforce education and training in plant operators, technicians, as well as maintenance and technical specialists in partnership with plant owners. Session 3, we heard from two foreign universities of the best practices and lessons learned. The University of Cambridge spoke about a network grant to underpin coordination of Romanian academic community, some cost sharing of master's and PhD studentships with industry to encourage collaboration and closer working relationship. Also shared infrastructure distributed between different institutions to encourage interaction, to use equipment between academics and students. You also heard from NC State, pre-college attention needed in informal and formal settings, attention to stakeholders also needed, educators and parents as examples. Government, industry, and professional organization partnerships needed in nuclear engineering education. You utilize student ambassadors to peer-to-peer counseling. Overall, innovative curriculum and instruction needed to excite, recruit, retain, and prep with professional skills. We ended out the day with session 4, looking at needs, expectations, and concerns of Romanian students and recent graduates. They were organized in 3 main questions, one dealing with what were their main motivations to study nuclear physics, nuclear engineering, a desire to be useful to society, that social good component, inform people of the nuclear energy, that nuclear energy is safe and reliable. The second question, what could be changed in the educational process? Increased mobility programs to go abroad and scholarships. More information from potential employers. Was speaking about industry, safety, and research organizations in particular. More information about future jobs starting in the first year of education. And then also more women diversification in nuclear education programs. And then lastly, how and when did you know about nuclear engineering? Inspired by family members, although nuclear was not their first choice, right? But then it became home. So these were some of the key points that came out of the day yesterday. And then we have some work to do today. So these are our guiding questions. Did I miss anything from day 1? No? Okay, I see a lot of nodding heads. So for today, we're going to make a few slight adjustments. We're going to run through the entire day and then break for lunch, right? It's a kind of a celebration of what we did. So we are going to divide ourselves into 2 groups. One will be led by the Minister of Education, and then the other by the Minister of Energy. We've identified individuals within the 2 groups that will kind of lead and make sure that we run through some of the questions. I should share the questions, shouldn't I? And it doesn't like it that way. We'll do it this way. Oh, okay. Here I'm not seeing it going into slide mode. Okay, so you all can see the questions. So within each of the group, there will be an individual that will kind of lead the discussion. For one group, it will be Vice Rector Kilishan, and the other will be Director General Magwood. We will take about an hour and a half to answer these various questions and to put it in a format that we can report out for the two groups. That reporting out will take about a half an hour, and then we are going to organize ourselves back into one big group for a round table. And we'll have some guidance at that point as well. So there is one piece. Are we all staying in this room, or there's one group that's going to another room? Yep. Okay, so we're going to follow the Vice Rector. His group will move to another room. And what we'll do is that for the group with the Vice Rector, individuals that are primarily in the educational realm. Now, if you have, well, actually, no, we've decided that we're going to mix the group, right? So if there are 3 individuals or more, one person can go to the other group that's organized around energy, right? And then the other group around education.
If you allow me, Lisa, to intervene, my proposal is that the group for education to remain here because it's the largest one.
Okay.
And the group with industry and related persons to go in the council room nearby the rector's office. That room is already prepared for you to host you. I will kindly ask from the students at least 2 students to join each group as a kind of observers. And of course, they may bring their contribution to the discussions as well. I'm not obliged all of you to participate to these discussions, only if you want to, okay? But what is certain, we will be back at
11:40.
11:30, we'll be back here, okay?
11:40.
No, 11:30.
Okay.
11:30 for you.
Okay.
Okay? It's clear? So, the group that will debate the questions for industry, I will lead that group because the education will remain on site. Another issue from different universities where are 2 representatives. You may easily split and go to attend discussions in the other group, not in the education, if you want to. It's up to you. Thank you.